I was nervous, thinking, this is a disaster. Some scavengers are lost in the mire, and I can't spare anyone to go look for them. Any chance you can help me? Zalithix relies on scavenging for its livelihood. Instead of hunting their usual prey, stranglers now attack the scavengers. I'm a scavenger, not a warrior. Look around us. The stranglers attack everything that moves, whether it can resist or not. Can you help the few fighters we have left? Be careful of the Horvors. They're the giant tick-like creatures burrowing through the muck. Usually they're a nuisance, but lately the bloodsuckers have been downright dangerous. They're large, overgrown plants. When threatened, their spiny tentacles grab at you and pull you in. Even experienced scavengers can get caught by them if they aren't careful. Thanks for rescuing our scavengers from those crazed plants. We could still use your help. Well, Nimble Knuckles asked me to ask for your help, if you've got time. A strangler's barb hit Nimble Knuckles, and she dropped her bow in the muck. She's a bit shy about asking you directly. Please look for it. It must be in one of the trash piles. Off by herself around the Zonmir. She's proud of that bow, and its loss affected her greatly. For a scavenger, she's too attached to material things, if you ask me. Zuth, you found my bow. I thought I'd lost it forever to the mire. When you have so little, everything you have carries meaning. I erect the spine of gratitude for helping me. My scavengers and I appreciate your help. I don't know what's going on with the bog beasts, but at least we can protect ourselves now.
I heard fighting below. Are you all right? Zuth, I should have known. The stench of oblivion permeates this bog. You placed the potions, though, I can tell. The miasma around each stele has cleared up, at least temporarily. Yes, with the power of the ancients behind me, I can discover the exact nature of our enemy. Perhaps then, we can discover how to cleanse the swamp of this foulness. Stand back. This may be dangerous. Talk to me. Spirits of the bog. Creatures of nature. Show me your wounds. Reveal your injury. Namira, I revere thee. Namira, I serve thee. The Daedric corruption is strong. I was nearly overwhelmed, but at last I've pinpointed the source. They attack our heart, our soul, our memories. They're attacking our history. We must free it at once. I must stay here to keep the Daedra back. Go to the history, near the center of Zal-Ithix. During my trance, I saw what they did. Namira's minions placed a relic there. It poisons the swamp. Unearth the relic. It's buried at the base of a nearby stele. Once you have it, you'll need to climb the winding road to a tall ritual site that overlooks Zal-Ithix. There, you should be able to use it to stop Namira's minions. Namira is the Lady of Decay, the Daedric prince of spirits and shadows. She's the patron of vermin and squalor. She wants to extend her influence over Zal-Ithix. The relic is the key to open that door, but you can use it against her minions. In my vision, I saw the Dremora react to the relic. They are terrified of it, of what it can do. The same energies it uses to corrupt our history can be turned upon Namira's minions. Wield it, and you can destroy them.
Mortal worm. You're the mortal who's interfered with my creatures in the bog, aren't you? Don't bother to tell me your name. You won't need it if you continue to trouble me. Who am I? You could not hope to comprehend my true nature, filth. Think of me as an aspect of the Lady of Decay and rightful ruler of all spirits. I claim this land and all within it. None may defy me. Those cold-blooded primitives fell once. They can fall again. I will show them that their spirits of the Hist are pale shadows compared to me. Now, leave my hand where it lies. Abandon your foolish quest. What help can you give them, mortal? I cannot strike you down, but my minions are more than enough for the likes of you. Even those foolish Hist worshippers recognize that. They won't even approach this part of Zal-Ithix. What? How did he know? Mortal, if you attempt this, my creatures will overwhelm you. Nothing will stop me from taking Zal Ithix. Abandon this foolishness, and you may yet live.
Mike had a horrible dream last night. Mud crabs flying through the air. Horrible. Mike would rather travel in rain than fix holes in the roof after a storm. Mike hates patching holes. Come back later.
My lesser minions barely slowed you down. I'm impressed. But you're too late. I've already begun the ritual. Once it ends, my corruption will spread throughout Zal Ithix. Only if I give you time to use it. Come forth, my corruption. Be manifest and destroy this worm.
You've done it. Namir has been defeated. Look, the miasma is clearing. A few Dremora still lurk along the road, but their hold on Zal Ithix is broken. When you banished Namira's corruption, you allowed me to reconnect with the Hiss throughout Zal Ithix. There is still work to be done, but thanks to you, we can now complete the cleansing. Thank you. You will be remembered. The source of the corruption is gone. Our swamp is whole once more. Thank you again. You are welcome to stay in Zal Ithix, of course. We've still got some cleaning up to do. I recommend you avoid the high road, though. There's still Dremora lurking there. You might explore outside Zal Ithix. I understand there's some ancient ruins nearby, between here and Hismir.
Thanks for helping clear out that mystic pollution. We're back to normal. Just the usual filth from upstream. The Dominion stirred up the Lamias nesting within Loria's cell. Keep your voice low. I understand they're quite sensitive to sound. You were the one ray of sunlight to shine upon Tenmore Walk. Come brighten my day. I'd smile wider than a slaughterfish at your success, but I suspect Ruvatar's plans involve using the Nemic egg for an unspeakable horror. Go on then. Speak it. That's all? Then we must stop him, and quickly. Search the remains of this camp for any indication of Ruvatar's whereabouts. I'll rally the soldiers and prepare to assault the ruins. Be swift. More Lamias could boil from the ruins at any moment.
Over here. Have you seen Vice Cannon Hadamine? Our scouts spotted the Dominion's main force. The Dominion retreated into the ruins after the Lamias tore them apart. If we strike while they're bloody, we can pay them back for Tenmar Walk. Then we must learn where the crocodile rests its head, so we can crush it in one blow. I shouldn't ask, but after Tenmar Walk, I must. If we knew Ruvatar's movements, we could end this abruptly. Would you do us the honor of finding the crocodile's lair?
Release her before hungry snake ladies return.
No. They've left Kazdi to die. Curse brute Vitar. Brute Vitar sealed us out. Kazdi's fellows all dead, killed by dirty snake ladies. No doubt this Pecked soldier kills poor Kazdi now. This swamp, I hate it! Endless woe! Poor Kazdi. Questions? Not blades? Yes. Merciful Pecked soldier takes pity on Kazdi. Ruvitar took his big glowing egg behind that door and sealed it up. He's like a spider wearing a sash. Treat with respect, salute often. But Kazdi knows, still a spider. No, a high elf. But he does awful things to swamp lizards through their special trees. Poisons them like a spider's bite, see? Ruvitar uses his big, glowing egg to destroy swamp lizards. Behind a door, like a clawless coward. That is all Kazdi knows. Open sealed door, squash Ruvitar flat, wash foot. Kazdi can help open the seal. Ruvitar bragged of defenses so often, Kazdi knows them like her own whiskers. Kazdi can show you how Ruvitar sealed the door. He blamed Dominion soldiers for not finding keystones to seal the ruin, but refused to let us search. Too much time poking swamp lizards in the chest with his knives. Coward. Ah! Pecked soldier is clever indeed. Then this will be so very simple, yes? Come, we must activate a crystal. After, Kazdi will show merciful, kind friend where the keystone fits. Simple. Kazdi wishes to stop the clawless high elf who kills swamp lizard babies and leaves Dominion soldiers to die. And see elsewhere again, maybe. If Kazdi shows you how to remove seal on door, you splatter Ruvitar. Deal? Lead on, friend of Kazdi. Ruvitar drew power from 3 Ayleid crystals to seal the door. If you activate the crystals, they take back their power from the door. Then, you open the door and wallop Ruvitar. Simple, yes? The first one is near the sealed door. The others are in the same room, but held up high in claws. Fear not, merciful friend. Passages lead to the claws through hordes of angry dead and countless snake ladies. But Kazdi keeps light on her feet. Now your keystone removes the rest of the barrier. See where it fits?
Dear Nuli Malam said I'd find you inside, but reported nothing of your Dominion prisoner. I knew to expect you, but not one of Ruvitar's soldiers. I take it she's your prisoner? You've interrogated her, yes? You'll forgive me for not thanking one of Vice Canon Rondar's murderers for turning her coat. But the Khajiit is your prisoner. What would you do with her? You can't be serious. The Dominion stole our soldiers' skins, murdered a Vice Canon, and destroyed Argonian eggs at the hour of their birth. Beheading would be leniency. This Khajiit came with the Dominion soldiers who committed terrible crimes on Ruvitar's behalf. If not responsible, she is complicit. Is this truly your decision? Even now, Ruvitar works to separate my people from the Hist. If you must consider what to do with the Khajiit, I urge you to do so quickly.
Who are these Pecked soldiers? Are they merciful new friends' allies? Kazdi hopes they come to stop Ruvitar. Khazdi swore to fight the Dominion's enemies. You saw the horrors Rivitar brought to these lands. Skin stealing, egg killing. Nothing the Dominion should be. Khazdi upholds the Dominion by helping Pact soldiers stop Rivitar, yes? Return to Dominion Army with news of Ruvitar's fate. Emphasize how stupid tactics, awful plans, and crimes of war were his ruin. Khazdi may leave out her part in Loriasel. After that, continue defending the Dominion from all foes. Khazdi swore an oath. Yes, on battlefield where fighting should be, not against Pact families in their houses. Not in swamp lizard nurseries. Please, Pact soldier, give Khazdi the chance to fight Dominion foes under the sun, not from the shadows.
I knew to expect you, but not one of... You'll forgive me for not thanking one of Vice Canon Rondo. You can't be serious. The Dominion stole our soldiers' skins, murdered a... This Khajiit came with the Dominion soldiers who committed terrible crimes on Ruvitar's behalf. If not responsible, she is complicit. Is this truly your decision? Then we'll take charge of the Khajiit. Guard, treat her as my personal ward. I'll allow no reprisals against her. Once our soldiers take the entrance, we'll join you in the Inner Bailey. Ruvitar can count his lifespan in minutes. Wait. Should only one of us walk from these ruins, you must allow me to thank you on behalf of Shadowfen citizens. Sithis guide your steps in the darkness, and refrain his embrace until you will it. I must be sentimental in my old age. All this death weighs upon me like a second set of scales, yet there is more of it ahead. Are you ready to show Ruvitar he cannot break the pact? If you have the chance to capture him, we could put him on trial in Stormhold. Make him answer for all he's done. But I'm happy to fit his head for a pike. As I believe Vice Canon Rondar would say, stab the elf in his crumpets.
Woe be to Khazdi. Pact soldier dooms her to rot in a cell, away from the warm sun. Is better than missing her head, Khazdi supposes. Goodbye, merciful yet punitive friend.
No! I've nearly unlocked its secret! You'll make a fine test subject!
We should feed Ruvitar to Wamasu, but for now, let's recover the Nemic egg. Zuth! What has that monster done to the Nemic egg? I'm almost afraid to touch the Nemic egg. Are we too late? You can't hear the noise? Piercing like flesh flies roosting in your ears? And the smell, like moss and aelid hide set aflame. But we must remove it from these ruins before the Dominion returns. Did Ruvitar remove your hands then? A joke, my friend. None shall touch the Nemic egg until I'm certain this isn't some kind of Dominion trap. Please, stand back. This will require all my concentration. Stay vigilant, yes? I can hear the Nemec egg. Such rage.
Vice Cannon? Is everything all right? The Nemec egg holds her in some form of trance. We must wake her. What happened to the Vice Cannon? No doubt Ruvitar's doing. May his corpse dry to a husk. We must wake the Vice Cannon before the Nemec egg tears her mind apart.
Wondrous. You touch the Nemec egg, yes? Then our minds join within the Hist itself. Oh, I'm more concerned with the state of the Hist than our safety. Don't you see? If we heal the damage to the Hist from within, perhaps the Nemec egg will recover from Ruvitar's blasphemies. I suspect we find and remove whatever afflicts the Hist. I'm embarrassed to say I have no idea how. Before your arrival, I found myself racked with pain. Now all is calm. The Hist's subtle way of indicating you should lead, yes? They don't appear to be part of the Hist. Perhaps a vestige of Ruvitar's experiments. If so, we should remove them, yes? Possibly. Looks like we must get to the heart of the matter and leave no corner unexplored to solve it. You've done it! Did you feel the air shift? There's something here, but I can't put my claw on it. No matter.
Our thoughts turn against us. Who else would have the will but the Fleshwalkers? Is it time for the Song of Sithis to bring the void? Shall they taste fear, and then nothing?
I recognize those nests, those houses. I've seen them in Shadowfen. But where?
Our brother's thoughts roil like thunderheads, yet we do not understand. He says the Vice Cannons shed their skins like water snakes to hide their intentions. Where is the truth in that? The Vice Cannons lead the Fleshwalkers, but our brother says they lead the Skinwalkers as well. If our brother speaks lies, we'll cut the rot of his thoughts away. Which is the truth of it, Fleshwalker? Then we leave our brother with the truth, Fleshwalker.
Butchered. Their blood poisons the ground. The work of those who serve, or those who forget their place. We'll rend the swamps barren before they tear our roots from the earth. We feel our brother's rage, but do not understand.
He says the Dark Elf Vice Cannon tried to destroy the eggs at the hatching pools. What does this mean? The Dark Elf Vice Cannon returns to the old ways, when egg clutches hatch as slaves. She destroyed a hatching to remind the Hist of her power. If our brother speaks lies, we must feed him to the mire. Which is the truth of it, Fleshwalker? Then we leave our brother with the truth, Fleshwalker.
We heard the wails, felt the trembling of roots. But what our brother says of the Fleshwalkers, it cannot be. Our brother's fear spreads through the roots. He claims the Fleshwalkers boil our blood in vats of iron, all at a Daedra's command. Where is the truth in that? Our brother claims his blood was stolen from him by Fleshwalkers, and boiled in vats to save Daedra's gluttony. But if his fear overtakes him, we must sever his roots from the rest of us. Which truth is true, Fleshwalker? Then we leave our brother with the truth, Fleshwalker.
What's happening? Everything fades away.
Small one, leave the rot memory. Come to us and speak. Fleshwalkers rarely visit our dreams, small one. The walls of your thoughts bring warmth to our own. Soon we awaken, to nourish ourselves back to health. You must leave, or be dashed against our dreams. When you quickened our dream, we knew her great purpose and sent her beyond the dream. But you, we could not send you just yet. You healed the wounds inflicted by the Fleshwalker Rúvitar, small one. The Hist shall dream of you always. In seasons to come, we'll grow and blossom. Our roots will mingle with the withered roots of our brothers. They will heal as we do. You've made our future whole. Go now, and be blessed.
Please, Vice Cannon. 10 more minutes of sleep.
You're awake. When the Nemic egg took you and the Vice Cannon, I sent for troops to carry you away from Loriacel. The Vice Cannon can explain why you're on this ship. I prayed for Sithis to keep you from the Void. Did you hear me? In your sleep? No matter.
Alive and kicking, I see. As for me, I feel a decade younger. Can you see the healthy shimmer to my scales? You no doubt have questions. Please, ask. It's the least I can do after your help. After my soldiers retrieved us from the ruins, I was asked to bring the Nemic egg to the Pact, hence the ship. It soon departs Shadowfen for Skyrim. Zuth, does your head hurt? Oh, mine feels like an overused drum. Did you feel the Hist slip inside your mind? Such strangeness within my head. Thoughts I didn't think myself. Listen to me, going on like I'm freshly hatched, and they call me a hero of the Pact. That's the plan. The meeting will take place in Skyrim instead of Mournhold. The Nord ruler has his own artifact to contribute to the moot. Time to set sail for the land of ice and snow. Of course, your presence is requested. That's what happens when you attract fame and fortune. Unless you plan to run across the sea, I suggest you find the boatmaster.
A visitor? To the prison? How unusual. Another visitor to White Rose Prison? This isn't exactly the main route. The Vice Cannons tracked one of the long-lost keystones to White Rose Prison. If we can recover it, this artifact would be a major boon to our war efforts. Unfortunately, the prisoners don't trust the Vice Cannons, which means they don't trust me. You're welcome to try. We need that keystone. Look for General Ritus, an old Imperial general they left here to rot. He's the prisoners' leader. Hopefully the prisoners will let you in. We need that keystone. Very little. The Imperials built it in the First Era. When they were pushed out of Shadowfen, they abandoned it. I'm not sure why the prisoners remained. Some say they're cursed. He had the reputation of being honorable, at least for an Imperial. I don't know what he did to get left here, but it must have been bad. The Empire abandoned a skilled general.
Well?
What brings you to White Rose, stranger? Did you take a wrong turn somewhere? Huh. The General doesn't get many visitors. Or any, really. You'll find him in a shack to the southwest. A word of advice. Don't stray into the western side of the prison. Not unless you want to get eaten. That's right. Some of the prisoners went feral. Animals, that's what they've turned into. Good hunting, though. Remember, General Ritus is in the shack to the southwest. Did you need something else? That's not something I care to talk about with an outsider. Why don't you ask General Ritus about it? Well, they don't pay me to worry about that sort of thing. Why don't you ask the ferals? They might even answer, in between bites.
This isn't a good time.
Don't be offended. He hates everyone.
What are you doing here? I have enough trouble without outsiders bringing more. The Vice Cannons expect our help? Where were the Vice Cannons when the Imperials left us to rot? We've been trapped here for years. Half the prisoners lost their minds and started eating the rest of us. You think we tried? My Imperial brethren used the power of your precious keystone to bind us to this prison. If we leave, we die. No one bound to the keystone can even touch it. Let's make a deal. Ferals overran one of our camps. The survivors of that attack need patching up, but the medical supplies are still in the camp. If you can recover those supplies, one of my people will tell you where the keystone is. Very well. Get the medical supplies to Journey. She's holding the tower southwest of the camp against the Ferals. And remember, I'll hold you to our bargain. All of it. The longer we're trapped, the greater the chance we'll turn feral, or be eaten by them. It hasn't been easy. Argonian traders stop by sometimes, and we've been able to forge enough old Imperial supplies to muddle through. I refused to slaughter a village of Argonians. It wasn't a fair fight. They had no soldiers. I don't believe in pointless slaughter. My superiors thought otherwise. Some think it's the Keystone's influence. Using it to trap us must have had some effect. Others think the Feral were weak-minded and broke under the strain of our situation. Who knows?
I've had it, I tell you.
Don't be offended.
It's been quite some time. It's been quite some time since I saw a new face. Why are you here? Haha, about time. If the General wants me to hold this tower, he needs to send me medical supplies more often. I bet there's more to this than meets the eye. What did General Ritus promise you in exchange for the supplies? There had to be something. And you agreed? He may not have mentioned the danger. The keystone is in the prison dungeon. I don't know exactly where. And I should warn you, the dungeon is crawling with cannibals. Sargon might be able to help you. He's in the dungeon, foraging for supplies. Here, let me put this ointment on you. It'll mask your scent from the Ferals, but not for long. Even dead, even in death, I feel trapped here. Part of my soul is tied to this prison. The Imperials brought my family here after they killed my husband. My children, Nuzal and Zarukari, are somewhere in the dungeons. I need them with me before I can pass on. They're dead, too. Somewhere in here. The Imperials took them away from me. Please bury us beneath the tree just outside the cave entrance to the prison. Inter us in the open air, away from this dank place. Find them. Find their ashes. I'll never find peace until we're together once more. Families were always separated. Though kept apart, we sometimes managed to meet. When I despaired the most, thoughts of them kept me sane. In the end, they died deep within this place. Alone and afraid. Look in the cells. My memory fades, thanks Rendar. I remember fear, rage, and pain. And then relief.
Sata call you scared me. I've been dodging ferals for hours. I thought they had finally found me. Who are you? Journey is a good woman. I lived long enough to tell her so. If you're looking for the Belial Keystone, does that mean you're going to free us? It's probably in the prison warden's office. It'll be a long walk. The shorter paths up to it crumbled or collapsed long ago. There'll be a lot of ferals to deal with on the way up. I'll come with you if it means our release. Just don't expect me to fight. Friendly advice? If you have to shut an iron gate, keep your fingers away from the bars. From an old shirt. It always smelled like him. Mara bless him. I made that bracelet for Nuzal. My poor children and I deserve a better resting place. I don't want to spend any more time down here than is necessary. We should keep moving.
me so far from my children.
Wait! Before you do anything with the keystone! We finally made it. I thought we were done for once or twice. Before you take the keystone, there's something you must know. There's some kind of link between the Baleo keystone and prisoners going feral. If you don't use it to free us, if you just take the keystone away, the results will be disastrous. Over time, all the prisoners bound to the keystone lose their minds. They become feral. Please, don't leave us to that fate. The prison warden had a book about the keystones. They knew, and they still did this to us. There's a book on the prison warden's desk. That may be it. Ferals! They're coming! General Ritus will want to thank you.
Felt it. When you used the keystone to free us, it was like shackles fell from my neck. Yesterday, I thought I'd spend my remaining years trying to keep these people alive. Now I have options, and it's a good feeling. Thank you. You'll want to find the Gerent and let him know about the keystone.
Freedom. I felt my soul being released. Divines bless you.
What do you want?
Do you have it? Did you find the keystone? You used it to release the prisoners? I hope they were worth it. The keystones may be our only hope for defeating the Dominion. Still, the Vice Canon sent word. I trust your decision will be best for Shadowfen.
Well? Together, finally, Srendar answered my prayers. I am This was our favorite place in the prison. We'd meet in secret, dreaming of escape and our life beyond these walls. Once the guards found us and punished me severely. But those fleeting moments of peace were worth every lash.
Believe it. I'm free.
Perhaps that one can help. A moment, stranger. I am not Batui. The wisdom of the Hist has guided you to me. Let us speak before it is too late. Zuth, our foolish clutch brother Mihail came to this village, even though he was warned not to. He is trapped in the Mud Tree village mine. The little ones, the goblins, have captured it. Mihail is still inside. A former master named Suridreth now serves as the overseer. It is a shameful change of title, little more, but she knows these mines better than anyone. Me? I'd probably spit on her snout. It's better for you to talk to her. The little ones are cunning and cruel. No doubt they'll think of something terrible to do to Mihail. For that, you should talk to Noyehin. It was his misfortune to be a slave here. He went into the village.
Sorry, but if you're here to buy iron, the metalworks is running low. A minor labor dispute, that's all. Come back in a few days and I'll give you a good deal on iron ingots. Mihail? His brothers put you up to this? Well, he's not here. He's in the mine with more valuable, productive employees. Now excuse me, I've got a labor problem to deal with. Damn those Argonians. They can't keep anything quiet. All right, it's goblins. You want Mihail? Then rescue my workers. Just try not to kill the goblins. Oh, and bring back their goblin totem. I don't need an all-out war. Not until the Vice Cannons send help. The fewer dead, the fewer angry goblins. And with that totem, I'll have some bargaining power. Well, I had the men gather table scraps from the mess. There's no food in that mine. The goblins will be starving. Throw scraps at them, and they'll go mad for it. They might even fight over it. That's better than them eating my miners. Good. If you can get this mess sorted out, and we'll be back to business as usual, and I won't have to listen to any more of Tel Dravel's moaning. It's not operational without miners, if you catch my meaning. What do you really want? Take some more. It's not like slop is expensive. Well, they're camps above the mine. We employed a few of them, but otherwise we left each other alone. I don't know why they'd be upset at us. Maybe they decided we looked funny. Or maybe they wanted my favorite dress. Either way, it has to stop.
Suri finally sent help? The goblins went crazy and started killing without warning. I barely escaped. Thanks, stranger. I got separated from Aid v Ironcattle and Mihail. They ran to the Argonian huts and I hid here. I hope they're all right.
Oh, you're not a goblin. If I had a weapon, I would have flattened all these stinking runts, but they caught me by surprise. I told Suri this was a bad idea.
Lenam Sero fled further into the mine, but Mihail ran into that hut. I'm not sure if he's still alive. Frankly, I don't care. That lazy scaleskin left me to die. Many thanks, my friend. When we meet again, the mead will be on me.
Who are you? Did Suri send you to kill me? They must think me thick-shell, and they be right. I came to help. No one, not even a goblin, deserves to be a slave. Suri Dreth used their totem to control them. So I stole the totem. I thought if I returned it to the goblins, they'd leave. And they even chose a war chief and settled in. They'll keep attacking the village until the Vice Cannons wipe them out. Help me clear the blood from my name, so she can enslave the goblins again. That would bring peace, of sorts. I can't bear that. If I had the totem, perhaps I could solve this. Go out the mine's back exit to the goblin camp above us. The war chief must have the totem. Please hurry. If the Vice Cannons arrive before we get the totem, they'll just kill or enslave the goblins again. This was supposed to be a clear stream, but it is now fouled with blood. I'll tell you what I can. I'm no expert on goblins. Goblins always chase after their totems. Suri knew that. She paid someone to steal it from the goblins. She lured them here, and then hired a mage to enchant the thing. Apparently, goblins are easy to charm. I don't think it would be good. I heard a story once about an Argonian who destroyed a goblin totem. He wanted to save his village. The goblins went on a rampage for weeks. They shredded tree, hut, and nest alike. After I gave it to them, the biggest beat the others into submission and took it. So now he is the war chief. He's probably close to the center of their camp. They circle around their totems like flies on a carcass.
I figured Suri Dreth would send someone after the totem. Just had to hide nearby and wait for rescue. And here you are. I'm not delirious enough to think she sent you to save me. Suri Dreth brought me in to keep the goblins in line. That trinket of theirs only does so much. All these years of experience breaking slaves to be properly obedient, and then a damn goblin stabs me. That soft-hearted Argonian stole the totem, breaking its spells. I'll wear his hide for boots. Goblins are animals. We were teaching them a trade. With you here, there's still hope to salvage this mess. Beat on some goblins for a bit, then slam that totem down in front of them. They'll cower at the sight. While you do that, I'll climb down. Meet me inside the mine at the slave quarters. We'll retake the place. If you've got the totem.
Quick! Give me the totem. I'll use it to lead the goblins into the swamps. They won't bother anyone after that. Sure, they're not civilized, but they don't deserve this abuse. I don't, but I have to try. If we enslave them, what does that say about us? It isn't about the goblins, really. It's about what we want the pact to be. And I want it to be better. Very well, but please hear me out. The pact should not resort to slavery.
Suri Dreth already has your reward all counted out and ready to hand over. You give me the totem, we go back to work, and these goblins learn from the example of the Ebonheart Pact. That's better for all of us. It's the natural way of things. We're smarter and stronger, so they should obey us. That's better for them and better for the Pact. We all win. Don't let that pit-bait scaleskin tell you otherwise.
Quick! I don't. May the rains be ever on your back, friend. This nightmare will be over shortly. Let my brothers know I'll see them soon. Good riddance. Thragnar the failure. To freedom!
I can't believe you actually sided with that coward. Go die in a hole, goblin lover. The Pact doesn't need any more snowbacks like you.
You're the hero who defeated Alexandra Canal at Vivek's Antlers.
My brother went to lead the goblins away. We're hoping he succeeds and returns safely. Thanks for your help, my friend. May the swamp give you bountiful fruit, plentiful fish, and sharp stones, my friend. You've done a great service for our egg brother, and it will not be forgotten.
I fear my brother's idealism got the better of him. He still hasn't returned from the goblin camp.
Get out before I have you thrown out.
Thank you for getting me out of that mine. My husband and I are indebted to you. Once things have calmed down, I'll get you that mead I promised. And it'll be good stuff from Hodmar's private stock, assuming the goblins haven't stolen it. Why, they ate. No. My beloved Hodmar. He was so strong, so tough. I thought he made it out alive. By Mara, I'll kill those goblins, one and all.
I am ruined. What am I going to do? Horrible things. They've never done this before. I'm ruined. I should just let myself be eaten. Crocodiles. This route has always been safe before. I left the road to avoid wasps, and the crocodiles attacked. My favorite guar, wades in muck, fled into the swamp. The rest of my guar followed. Everything. I thought I was so clever, trading all my gold for a large ruby. So much easier to hide from thieves. It's in one of the guar's bags, and now it's gone. I beg you, find my guar and ruby, please. Please, that isn't all I need. I'm hurt. I won't make it out on my own. Wades and Muck is out there somewhere. If you catch her, bring her back to me. I'm doomed without her. Take these berries. Wades and Muck loves them. Feed her a few and she'll follow you anywhere. Thank you. I'll be here waiting. Unless a crocodile gets me. Wades in muck, and she's unhurt. The Hist guided you as I knew it would. But did it also guide you to my ruby? Please, tell me. No details, please. With Wades in muck and my ruby back, I just may survive this trip. I kept a few coins for expenses. Here, take them with my thanks. By the Hist, I'll be more careful next time. If you're ever in Duskwallow Hamlet, my nest is yours. Far to the south, I travel all over Shadowfen, selling my goods in every town and city. I had a particularly good season this year, until the crocodiles attacked. Still, I can probably catch and train more pack guar on my way back. Stormhold's the largest settlement, a good place for trade. My main route takes me to Stillrise and Mudtree Village. I used to travel down to Zook too, but not in the last few years. I've been stopping there for the last, 5 or 6 years. I usually stop there after Mudtree Village. Stillrisers are crazy for tools and iron ore. They pay with old Kathringi coins sometimes. Mudtree was once an old Dunmer fort, but now it's a mining town. My people used to be slaves to the Dunmer, but now they mine for a living. I heard rumblings about goblins at the mines lately, though. I haven't been to Zook in a long time. It was a Kathringi village, but the Nahatan flu took a heavy toll there. Now that I think about it, a merchant in Stillrise said something about a brother who lived in Zook, I think.
Yeah.
entertain me, mortal. Well done. Now, entertain me more. The plan is in place. You are but an inconvenience.
This? Hold! Who are you? Gareth, from Stillrise Village. I'm watching for worm cultists. Down 4 of them today, but they keep harassing our village. If necromancers don't scare you away, Chieftain Sula can make use of you. She's in the middle of our village.
Why can't we just end this?
Our scouts let you through, yes? You have courage to visit Stillrise Village despite the necromancers who torment us. The worm cult necromancers encamped nearby raided our village last night. We trapped 3 of their lieutenants inside our huts, but they refused to surrender. Our scouts call them Gorag, Felra, and Dragwar. We tricked them into the cellars below our huts and bolted the doors. Perhaps you can convince them to surrender. If you confront them, Stillrise Village would call you a friend. Our warriors guard the huts where the cultists are trapped. Unbolt the cellar doors to gain access. So far they've refused to see reason. If it must come to blows with their lieutenants, I understand. Stillrise Village keeps to itself. Because of this, they think we'd make perfect slaves. My what? Oh, we're Kothringi. After the Great Plague from decades past, I fear Stillrise Village is the last of our people. Leave us be.
More bones for the pile!
Better to suffer in silence.
We've lost so much already.
I just want this to be over.
If you won't bow to us, you'll die the final death!
We've lost so much already.
No one can do anything.
bleed when I cut you?
Outsiders bring strife.
War Chief Halush's runners told me the worm cultists wouldn't surrender. Unfortunate, but no fault of yours. Still Rise Village is in your debt. In truth, I feared the worm cult lieutenants went to our cellars on purpose to work dark magics from within our village. Wow. You've proven yourself a friend of our village. As a friend, we'll entrust you with our secret. It's simpler to show than explain. Please, do not be alarmed. Fear not. We're the same people we were before we gained this affliction. Years ago, a terrible sickness swept through our lands. I had to do something to keep my people safe. It's why I made a deal with the Daedra. Before the sickness, our miners uncovered an old temple to Clavicus Vile. When we were dying, I sought the Daedric Prince of Bargains to save our village at any cost. I begged the Daedra for immunity to the sickness. You can see the cost. Last night, the cultists stole the Soul Gem Array, the relic holding our spirits. In time, they'll use it to enslave us. We mustn't become thralls of the worm cult. Shaman Chira has a plan to stop them, but it will require your aid. Please, speak with him.
You're the one who killed the worm cult's lapdogs. Chieftain Sulak told you the worm cult stole the Soul Gem Array, yes? Once they discover its secrets, they'll enslave our entire village. Yes, if it isn't too late already. When Clavicus Vile cursed us with his hollow existence, he placed our spirits in the Soul Gem Array. It must be recovered. Easier said than done. The energies protecting the relic kill living creatures who touch it. But there's a way. Make an offering to Clavicus Vile, and the Soul Gem Array will think you're one of us. Then you can recover it safely from the worm cult. Take this totem. War Chief Halush can let you inside the Daedric Prince's temple. Once inside, place the totem upon the blood fountain as an offering to Clavicus Vile. The cultists forced their undead thralls to carry it away. Such will be the future of Still Rise Village if you don't recover the Soul Gem Array. Take this. I fear there's little time before the worm cult discovers the secrets of the Soul Gem Array. Be quick before they add us to their ranks. Yet another benefit of this damnable curse. Decades ago, the Nahatan flu swept through the land. The children were first. By Zen, I can still see the bodies. But Zen couldn't save us. So at Chieftain Sulak's behest, I prayed to Clavicus Vile. He bestowed this mockery of salvation upon us. You call this survival? To never again taste Gua flesh, nor feel a lover's touch. We are but shadows in the water. Some feel the curse is a Daedra's cruel jest. Yet I thank Clavicus Vile for a vital lesson. Immortality is the true curse, you see? With the soul gem array in the hands of the worm cult, they can influence us through our curse. They could force us to surrender, attack one another, any number of awful things. But they don't possess your soul. They hold no power over you.
Eternal life is full of advantages. No need to pull your blows when training. What do you need, stranger? That fool thinks worm cultists can sway the proud warriors of Stillrise Village, does he? I'd say the man lacked a spine. I couldn't see it for myself. We have no hearts to fill with fear, or blood to run cold. No blow is mortal. We're unstoppable. We can't die. We can fall for a time. It's how the cultist overpowered one of Shaman Chira's acolytes and stole the soul gem array. Here's the temple key. When you're done, bring it to Acolyte Morag, and tell her not to lose this one too, would you? The shame you're flesh and blood. I'd let you train, but my warriors might forget your squishy parts. We need no sleep or food. There's no sickness and no pain. If I fall in battle, I recover. I don't care if I can't see, taste, or feel the same way I used to. Clavica's Vile's blessing makes us perfect warriors. Shaman Chira couldn't tell his coccyx from a hole in the ground. As for Chieftain Sulak, well, she needs to stop regretting who we once were and consider what we can become. Sure, the ones with marrow where it counts. The rest listen to Shaman Chira whine about a curse. But they'll come around. I'll do what I've always done. Protect my people. From themselves, if necessary.
No flesh, no pain.
You bear a gift? How thoughtful. But I can't accept it without providing one of my own. I know. I'll share the same gift I gave Stillrise Village. Now you can play Skeever Wicket with your own skull.
Shaman Chira told me to expect you, but wait, something's off. Beyond your flesh and blood, I mean. Sen's blessings. The curse upon you is temporary. You can safely recover the soul gem array. I'm positive. Shaman Chira and I studied the curse for decades. This is Clavicus Vile's way of being playful, I suppose. Though I don't presume to know the intentions of any Daedric prince. No, despite what War Chief Halushk would tell you. Sheer force can pummel us into the ground. Without Shaman Chira's magic, my bones would still be in the pile where the worm cult left me. Lousy mushroom nibblers. Healing magic works. We often use magical fonts recovered from the temple, like the one next to me. The cultist took one last night, but Shaman Chira has another. The rest are inside the temple. You're welcome to use them while you're still underfed. Lucky for us, I think ahead. Years ago, I fastened one of my toe knuckles to the soul gem array. I can sense it still in their nearby camp. After you give those moss-gargling cultists a good pounding, bring it straight to Chieftain Sulak.
still. Stop! Stay away! Who are you? Thank the gods. You would not believe what I've seen here. No, perhaps you would. Please, I need your help. We've got to save them. My guards and my partner Daryl were taken. Horrible men and skeletons attacked us. I think they're members of the worm cult. I got away, but I heard screams coming from their camp just down the hill. Can you help me?
Quick, untie me before they come back and put my soul into that horrid purple rock. I think the necromancers called it an animus geode. Fancy name for an ugly purple stone used to steal someone's soul. Blessed Arche, I watched them murder all 4 of my guards. Neris, Liam, Wilhelm and Garin are still imprisoned in those animus geodes. But I overheard the necromancers say the geodes are fragile, with spirits inside. I'll make a break for it. You smash the geodes. Please, don't let them suffer such a fate.
You can't imagine the horrors in that thing.
That accursed rock contains more horrors than oblivion. Death will release me from the Death will release me from the nothingness inside that thing.
Do you think after I kill you, I'll...
No, get away! Oh, it's you. Did it work? Are they free? I feared those necromancers had captured you. Such a pity about our guards. They served us well, and never deserved such a fate. I'm going to stay here until I'm sure it's safe to travel. Best of luck to you, my friend.
Daryl and I need to catch our breath before we move on to Mudtree.
You've returned. Did you recover the soul gem array? Then the worm cult holds no power over our village. But now, neither do I. Due to the theft of the Soul Gem Array, the War Chief and Shaman asked me to step down. But as they dispute our future, it's my right to appoint an arbiter. So I appoint you. Whether Still Rise Village continues or ends, preserve the Soul Gem Array and we remain as we are, in this state between life and death. Destroy it, and you end the curse, allowing us a final rest. Experiencing our curse uniquely suits you to deciding our fate. You should hear the Council of War Chief Halushk and Shaman Chira before making your decision.
Shaman Chira whimpers about a curse, but the real curse is allowing someone else to control us with the Soul Gem Array. Something must be done about it. Something permanent. Preserve the Soul Gem Array forever. Clavicus Vile's gift has its drawbacks, but it's the only life we have. Don't let the weak-willed take it away from the rest of us. There's a room deep in the Daedric ruins with 2 braziers that always burn. I'll give Shaman Chira some credit. He figured out what they did. Placing the Soul Gem Array into the Ice of Stasis will preserve it, and us, forever.
The Worm Cult nearly unlocked the secrets of the Soul Gem Array. If they could get their hands on it, so could anyone else. This torment will never end, unless you're the one to end it. Destroy it, so Clavicus Vile's grip upon us ends. Our bones may collapse, but our spirits will finally be free. Clavicus Vile provided the means on the day he cursed us. Deep in the Daedric ruins burned 2 braziers, one of ice, the other of fire. Placing the Soul Gem Array into the fires of destruction will destroy it.
You'd kill our people to save them? What madness is... My warriors won't allow you to perpetrate this foolishness.
Due to the theft of the Soul Gem Array.
Your mad plan to destroy us? You can still preserve the Soul Gem Array. We don't have to die. Your mad plan to destroy us?
You felt the true splendor of my gift to Still Rise Village. What gift have you for them, I wonder? Preserve their existence or end it forever. Which will it be? Probably the boring one. Heartless oaf. You'd destroy everyone in Still Rise Village, despite the ones who clearly wish to go on? All to end a pain and sickness they can no longer feel? How delicious. Now, be gone.
over. It's finally over.
And so it ends. You made the choice, we could not. My people are now at peace. At last, you've freed us from our miserable existence. This was no life, just a mockery of better days. I feel Clavicus Vile's curse fading. It won't be long now. Thank you for allowing us the dignity of death.
Yeah!
best not to swim in the swamp water. Why not take a boat instead? Yes, your ship is ready, and a fine one it is. Very few rats, plenty of fruit. Let me know when you're ready to set sail. Good. Follow me, please. Ah, Skyrim. It's been some time since I've seen its people, and its snow. I will enter the city and find a safe place to store the egg. Then I will enjoy the celebration. The Nords know how to keep the cold at bay. It's my favorite thing about them.